completed. If you want to go with REST API, these two technologies are mandatory. Most of the people, they don't know about this REST API, past API, all the things are there. The mandatory technology. For example, there is one person will be there. This is the person. One more person is there. What is the difference between these two? This person having the application with the Django with REST API. This person is only Django. There is no REST API. So this person having the hands and legs. This person having no hands and legs. So without REST API, if you learn only Django, same like that only this one. Without hands and legs, how human being is there, same. Without REST API, only Django application, not that much of meaningful and useful. Compulsory, what is required? Django with REST API mandatory, but it's very simple technology. Maximum 1 week to 10 days is enough for this. The programming style, everything should be Django only. Views, models, test, all are same process only. But already one existing application Django, I want to create API. So first of all, there are 5 terminologies are there. If we know this, our course is completed. What about those terminologies? What is API? What is web API? Or web service? What is REST? What is REST API? What is the RESTful web API or RESTful web services? Different people are calling different names. Also, what is the Django REST framework? If we know these 3 differences, our REST framework is completed. REST API, nothing else. API, web API or web services, both are same. What is REST? REST API or RESTful web API or RESTful web service, all are same. What is the Django REST framework? Maybe 5 total terminologies. If we know the differences of these 5, REST API is done. What is API? That is full form of API. Whenever I'm asking what is HTML means, everyone telling what is HTML? Hypertext markup. That is something. HTML is one of the web technology which is used to develop the front-end application. HTML full form means that is whatever you are telling. API full form is whatever you are telling, that is correct. I accepted. Application programming interface, that is full form of API. I accepted. As what is API? What is the purpose of this one? API is mediator between the front end and Sanskar, mediator between front end and back end and there. I want to provide communication between these 2 applications. అయితే one person ఏమో జావా, ఇంకో person ఏమో పైథాన్. 2 different applications. How can I provide communication between these 2? If I talk with Java, Python don't know Java. If Python is talking with Java, Java don't know the Python. How to provide communication between these two different applications? Such a mechanism is nothing but I have to implement it between these two fellows. One interface. That interface is nothing but API. The main objective of API is two applications can be communicated with each other. Methods of communication between the two software components is called as API. Not only software general ga, API is nothing but simple. If you go to the Samsung mobile keypad, okay, nowadays ante touch phone, gitch phone, everything is there. Olden keypads are, this is the keypads are there. Okay, in this keypad, some buttons are available there. Still in the villages, some people only they know two buttons, one red button, one green button. Phone వస్తే గ్రీన్ కట్ చేయాలంటే రెడ్ అంతే రెండే బటన్స్ దే నో ఓన్లీ బికాస్ దే డోంట్ నో అబౌట్ ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్ టచ్ గిచ్ ఆల్ ద థింగ్స్ ఓకే suppose I'm giving this phone for you, operate this phone, you can operate it. Whenever I'm giving phone for you, I'm removing this keypad. The keypad peak the వచ్చేస్తుంది yes or no na? Yeah, I removing keypad phone icha use it. Is it possible? No. But what is that keypad? One API, one interface. Phone having so many functionality, contact ano, message ano, call or disconnect or something. If I remove that keypad, I'm not operating that functionality. So just now I'm telling, I'm providing communication between two applications. These two applications not only software. Here one is phone, one is by me, person. End user and phone. What is API? That keypad. Without keypad, how to operate, how to get the functionality? No chance. So that is nothing but one API. For example, whenever you can go to the ATM centers, you are going to the general ATM missions. Okay, in that ATM mission, some software is there. The software is Java na, Python na, .NET na, PHP na. Either one software to they have implemented one application, they inserted application. I want to withdraw money or deposit. I use suppose the withdraw no deposit or something is there. Whenever you can go to ATM center, buttons are available. The corresponding names are not visible. Something problem came, GUI screen, not application functionality. GUI karab అయిపోయిన screen. Then how to operate? No chance. Functionality not affected. Screen is affected. GUI screen. This GUI screen is nothing but what it is. One API. Because internally that machine contains some functionality. I am end user. I want to communicate it with that functionality. Then we go with the GUI panel. That GUI panel is nothing but one API. So the API may be anything. Suppose communicating with you. You are listening my voice. What is our API communication? One language, English language. By using that, we are communicating. So, API full form is Application Programming Interface, but the main objective of API is two applications can communicate with each other. API allows external agent to communicate, integrate and exchange the information with our application. Methods of communication between software components. Methods of communication between software component. Samsung mobile phone keypad, ATM GUI panel, so that ATM internally one app is there. By using the GUI panel, end user accessing that application. So in this case, GUI is our API. That is the first terminology, API, application programming interface, which can provide communication between the two applications. The simple words, methods of communication between software components is called as API. Just now in our examples, Samsung mobile keypad, ATM GUI panel, all these are called as our APIs. For example, up to now we implemented so many Django applications, so news channel and something CBV project, all the things I can implemented. Okay, one Django application is there. Django application. Who will be implemented? Django app developer will be implemented. Up to now, this application can be accessed by app can be used by only end user. For example, tomorrow, one person came, that person is Java application, or one person came Python application, or one person came mobile. Your Django app is waste, no use. Because this Django application up to now you are provide services for only end user only. End user can understand, he send the request, your Django application will send the response. Fine. But how Java application communicate with your app? Java don't know Django. Python mobile app. Deenike main concept is we have to implemented API. Who is implemented this API? Developers can be take care. Whenever you are given API is a small one link we get provided there. By using this API, Java application can communicate my Django. Python app can communicate my Django application. Mobile application can communicate. So anyone can able to access your application. Now it is more powerful. In market, anyone can use your app. Only Django without REST API, no use of that application. Just now I'm telling a human being without hands and legs, same only without REST API. So API small concept. Just to 2 days, if I'm telling API concept, how to implemented existing project, that is enough. So, but very, very powerful how to design the APIs for existing project. Then only listen for that. We have to implement first one. What is the first concept? API. So by using that API, a Java application can communicate with Python application. Without API, no chance. So that is the first terminology, API. Yeah, totally 5 technologies are there. First one, API, Web API, REST, REST API, Django REST framework. In that first one, API. Yeah, possible. Django can communicate with the Angular, React, anything is possible. That is the advantage of API. Taviteja. That's why API is there. Any application I can provide communication, man. That is the power of API. Note interface of communication between the user and application is nothing but APIs. The user can be human being or an Android application or a desktop application, anything. It may be user, human, or Android, or desktop, anything. That is the first terminology, API. Second word, web API. Some people, Java people calling web services. Web API or web service. So simple, the API can be implemented for the web application through web services. Ante there is one web application is there. Web app, any application that is Facebook or Gmail or Google or Bookmation, one web application is there. There is one another application is there. Idemo different application, Java application. I want to communicate this web app. That web app can be implemented any language. PHP అవ్వచ్చు, .NET అవ్వచ్చు, ASP.NET, anything they can use. But my communicated application is Java application. To access the web services of this one, I can implement it in APIs through web. Such a type of API is called as web APIs. For example, generally you are booking the tickets in the Book My Show. Okay. If you want to book the tickets in Book My Show, once go to the Book My Show, go to the some movie, book the ticket. Malayalam, Telugu రాదు ఇక్కడ. Telugu, okay, something, select, pay, present వెళ్ళకూడదు అలా తప్పు. Okay, now So whenever I want to book the ticket, once I want to payment, is it open another site or no? Payment gateway. But what is that payment gateway? One API. If you want to complete your transaction, it is open separate page, payment gateway, something, those names are payment gateways are there, so many. Whenever you are clicking on that, that payment gateway is interacted with Book My Show, he will pay the money everywhere. If you book the train ticket, bus ticket compulsory, payment gateway is mandatory. Suppose you are getting some messages from Naresh IT, mobile కానీ then mails కానీ message tomorrow so and so batch started so and so batch. But at a time our people are sending mail 1 lakh at a time mails, 50,000 people SMS at a time mobiles. How it is possible? Again, gateway softwares are there, SMS gateways are there, SMS grid ఏదంటే చాలా ఉన్నాయి పేమెంట్ గేట్వేస్. దే హ్యావ్ టు బై ద లైసెన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ దేర్. ఇదిగోండి, దిస్ ఈస్ ద వన్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ గోడాడీ. సో అలాగా డిఫరెంట్ డిఫరెంట్ పేమెంట్ గేట్వేస్ ఆర్ దేర్, SMS gateways, emails. So those are all called as APIs, web APIs. The API which can be implemented for web. The interface of communication between the user and application over the web by using HTTP is nothing but web API. So if I want to communicate Java application through web application, we have to implement web API. By using this, I can connect with web application. Book My Show application can communicate with payment gateway application to complete our booking. So that is one API for Book My Show. SMS gateways, email gateways, those are all APIs. Sometimes if you want to log into any site, they are asking log in with your mail ID, log in with your Facebook. ప్రీవియస్గా అయితే రెడ్ బస్లో ఉండాలి, రెడ్ బస్ .inలో. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆస్కింగ్ కెన్ యూ ప్లీజ్ లాగిన్ విత్ యువర్ ఫేస్బుక్ కానీ మెయిల్ ఐడి కానీ అకౌంట్స్. లాగిన్నా ఇదిగోండి, సైన్ ఇన్ విత్ గూగుల్. ఒకప్పుడు సైన్ విత్ ఫేస్బుక్ కూడా ఉండేది, ఆర్ జనరేట్ ఓటీపీస్. సో హౌ వీఆర్ గెటింగ్ గేట్వేస్, ఏపీఐస్, ఆల్ దీస్ ఆర్. So end user or tomorrow my Python application or any Java application or mobile application interact with Django, we can implement web API. Through this web API, any application interacted with the Django application. That is the second terminology, web APIs. What is the third one? Third terminology. REST. What is the full form of REST? Representational state transfer. That is the full form of REST. REST is the different, REST API is the different. Django REST framework is the different. Mali API is the different, web API. Away and first we should have about 5 terminologies. Then you should idea about the REST API and REST framework. So what is the REST? REST full form is representational state transfer. Nothing but. Maximum so many people knows about this one. SDLC. Software development cycle. In that they have some rules are their steps, requirements, analysis, design, coding ante. They have to given some rules. Based on that rules you can implement your software. Aite at the time of implementation indulo malli again different models are there. Waterfall model, V model, fish model, incremental model, RAD model, okay, spiral model, agile. Nowadays everyone using agile model only. Until rules defined by this SDLC, based on rules implementation, different models are came. Those are nothing but those models are available there. Same like that. REST is also defining some guidelines or rules. It is even architectural styles. They can given some rules. Follow these rules. You have to create APIs. No, sir, I don't want follow rules. I want to create my own API. Your wish, no problem. So in SDLC also, without following that one, I have to develop the software, no problem. So in SDLC, these type of models are there, same. REST is a one guidelines given for the rules to develop the APIs. Based on that rules, if I implemented any API, such a type of API is called as which API? REST API. Because of I am following their rules, that's why that API is called as REST API. Without REST, I can implement APIs also. That is our own APIs, no problem. So REST is a one architectural style. It defines several rules. REST is an architectural style. It defines several rules or guidelines to develop the web APIs or web services. So REST is an architectural style design pattern which can define rules and guidelines to develop APIs. By using REST, we can develop web APIs very easily in concise way. Most popular architecture to develop the web services. That is the third one. Fourth terminology, RESTful API. RESTful API. The APIs which is developed by using the REST architecture is nothing but RESTful API or REST API. The APIs which is developed by using the REST architecture rules, RESTful API or REST API. That is interface between the user and application where API implements REST architecture. REST is basically an architecture, whereas RESTful API is an API that implements in REST. అది రెస్ట్కి రెస్ట్ ఏపీఐకి డిఫరెన్స్. The API which can be implemented fast, that is called as fast API. అంతే మరి. మరి రెస్ట్ ఏపీ అంటే ఏపీ ఇంప్లిమెంటెడ్ బై యూజింగ్ రెస్ట్ ఏపీఐ. లేదు, అది కూడా సేమ్ లైక్ ఏదో టెక్నాలజీ ఉంటుంది. ఏపీఎస్ ఇంప్లిమెంటెడ్ వితౌట్ రెస్ట్కి రెస్ట్ ఏపీఐకి డిఫరెన్స్ చూపించినప్పుడు ఐ విల్ షో దట్ వన్ వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ ఫాస్ట్ ఏపీఐ. సార్, ఫిఫ్త్ టెర్మినాలజీ, వాట్ ఈస్ Django REST framework? What is Django REST framework? It is one of the built-in framework which can be used to develop APIs. చూడండి, Django REST framework. This is we are using. For Django applications, one framework will be given there by REST. That is, Django REST framework is a powerful and flexible toolkit to building the web APIs. It is everything in the same like that. In your Django, how we are using ORM, views, models, templates, terminology, everything same only. These are all the people sponsors for this REST framework. Requirements, Django Python, installation, pip install Django framework, markdown Django filter. ఇది ఒక థర్డ్ పార్టీ యాప్. ఇక్కడ మనం Django యాడ్ చేస్తాం కదా ఇన్స్టాల్డ్ యాప్స్లో. రెస్ట్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ యూ కెన్ యాడ్. This one. After that, it was terminology same. URLs, views, models. ఈ మూడే స్టోరీ అంత ఎక్కడ కూడా నథింగ్. Create one view, define one URL. If any models are there, create the models. Same story again, ఇంకా daily. As Django REST framework, which is used to develop APIs for Django applications. Framework is a powerful and flexible toolkit for building the web APIs. Commonly used framework in Python world. This framework internally uses all the Django facilities, models, views, templates, URLs, ORM, everything, all are same Django terminology only here also. The official website is, this is the site. So yesterday uploaded one project, Sunny Jobs. Suppose in that Sunny Jobs, there is one company is there in high tech city. One job requirement is there. I have my old students, 10,000 student details are there. I have every student phone number. I have to send these job details to the my students through website. So compulsory what is required? SMS gateway is required. My Django application, SMS gateway, two different applications. How both are communicated by using API. That API we can implement it now. sunnyjobs.com site is there. In this, one job details I want to share to all the students. By using mobile at a time, 10,000 people SMS not possible. Compulsory we can take the some software SMS gateway. Either how my Django application communicated with that SMS gateway. To our Django application. One API is required. That API we can implement it. Then any applications we can communicate it. Sir, suppose entire world, how many people are there? Entire the world. Nearly some 800 crores of people are there. In entire world, near to near 800 crores of people will be there. For example, I have to take the some 5 people. I have to take some 5 people. 5 members are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are there. One people is from India అనుకోండి పోనీ. One person is came from India. One is from China. One is from North Korea. Jam. ఇంకొకటి కేమ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆస్ట్రేలియా. ఇంకో ఆయన కేమ్ ఫ్రమ్ యుఎస్. ఇంకో పర్సన్ కేమ్ ఫ్రమ్ రష్యా. సో అలాగే ఓకే 6 or 7 people are there, sir. One Russian is there, China, India, USA, North Korea and Australia. Different people are there. These 6 people, is there any way is there to communicate direct India people, China people, direct communication is possible? Direct ga? No chance. Is there any possibility of China people, Russia people, direct communication? No chance. అయితే ఒక ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ రిక్వైర్డ్ లేదా కామన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ లాంగ్వేజ్ రిక్వైర్డ్, బట్ డైరెక్ట్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్ బిట్వీన్ ఆల్ ద పీపుల్స్. ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఈస్ ఎనీ టెక్నాలజీ ఈస్ దేర్, I can directly interact with the China people, direct interact with Australia, USA, North Korea or Afghanistan, any. Enter this 800 crores people, direct communication, any language is there, then our life will become very simple. Yes or no? No? If you go to Andhra and Telangana, we can communicate every person by using Telugu. You can go same Telugu in Uttar Korea, something, talk with Telugu, then kada alaga I am asking, one common language is there, anyone communicated, and general English is there, but English also not possible for some countries. They don't know English, some people, they have only their language only. That is the problem. English is also not common language. Some countries you can talk with English, they don't know. Only their language. So Allah, if I can implement any technology between these 800 people, then all human beings' life will become very happy. Same story ikkada kuda. Different types of applications are there. How to communicate those applications. That communication is nothing but API. For example, I have one application is there, Java. It is implemented in Linux OS వచ్చి. One more application is there, .NET. It is used in Windows. .NET వాడుతుంది కాబట్టి వాడు విండోస్లోనే ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తాడు కంపల్సరీ. One more is there, Python application. It is implemented in Mac. I have to one more app is there, SAP application. This is implemented, SAP implemented in the Linux. ఇప్పుడు అసలు ఇక్కడ ఒక అప్లికేషన్ నో రిలేషన్, వన్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ నో రిలేషన్. One is Linux, one is Mac, one is Windows, one is app. How communicated all these? As a API developer, I have to give one API between all these persons. By using this API, sir, any application can communicate. Java communicated with SAP and .NET communicated with any application can communicate. That is the power of. Mari nalgurki, what is the common language? API is a one ఇంటర్ఫేస్, కామన్ లాంగ్వేజ్, మాట్లాడుకునే లాంగ్వేజ్. సపోజ్ మీరు నేను మాట్లాడే కామన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఇంగ్లీష్, తెలుగు, లైక్ దట్. విచ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఈజ్ కామన్లీ యూజ్డ్ ఫర్ ఆల్ దీస్ మీన్స్ ద ఫేమస్ వన్ ఈజ్ JSON. Why this nowadays MongoDB become very famous? In MongoDB everything is JSON format only. Because if I want to communicate Python to SQL, not possible. Python language not understandable by Oracle not by the Python. One common language required. That's why nowadays using JSON. Before that everyone using XML format. XML also one common message format. Ante if I want to send .NET to this to this, the message compulsory you can send in the format of JSON only. Suppose Python dictionary is there. I can send Python dictionary to the .NET. Is it understand? No. Dictionary data type available only Python only. If I send it to the SAP, no. But my same Python dictionary, I converted to JSON. JSON can be understandable by Java, .NET, SAP, anyone. Adi power of the JSON message format. What is the language used to all these things means? The common language is HTTP. That is the language. So, like that, these applications can be communicated. The common language format is HTTP. How to send messages between all these persons? JSON. Once upon a time XML is there. Now everyone is using JSON. Already you are attending JavaScript classes in that వచ్చే ఉంటుంది కదా JSON objects, BSON objects. అదేంటి జావాస్క్రిప్ట్లో JSON లేకుండా అలాగా. సరే అయితే వదిలేండి చూడదు చెప్పకపోతే. సో now different application, different operating system, if you want to communicated message eppudu always you can send JSON message. Our own language message is not able to understandable. The common language is HTTP language. Sir, adi these 5 terminologies. What is API, web, REST API and Django REST framework. So this is the main concept. How to communicated different applications, different operating systems. Simple JSON ante in the Python we have to dictionary is there. Suppose in Oracle database I want to insert records, so rows and columns are inserted. Same JSON also key value pairs are there to insert the records. MongoDB. So in the MongoDB, if I want to do what is mean stack, meron stack, Node.js, Angular, story and relational development, SQL ki, MongoDB ki differences. First document, name, age, salary. Second document, third document. Internal key value per second provided. That is nothing but JSON. Simply if material is there, if you go through that, you can get the MongoDB concept. Normally insert to select queries are there. Each and everything is called as a one document. Key value, first document. Second document lo only name. Third one lo name, age, address. One more, city, hobbies. How we are called list in list, same like that. It is called as a array of documents. JSON data, BSON data. These are will come actual JavaScript will come. These are what is JavaScript? Same in Django CRUD operation is there. Create, retrieve. ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా ఇవే కనబడతాయి మీకు. Create, retrieve, update, delete. Get, put, post, patch methods. How to insert data to which engine commands. Tables, versions. How to insert the data to the table. Very simple only. This MongoDB. Database, employee, insert, employee number, name, salary, address. ఒక రికార్డ్ విల్ బి ఇన్సర్టెడ్ దేర్. అదే JSON ఫార్మాట్. అందుకే నవ్వేడేస్ ఎవ్రీవన్ యూజింగ్ JSON ఫార్మాట్. ఎనీవన్ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ ఫార్మాట్. కామన్ ఫార్మాట్. సో నౌ one word answers. What is API? Can be used to access functionality of any application. ఇంటి వన్ వర్డ్ ఆన్సర్ అని అన్ని వర్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయంట. Can be used to access functionality of any application. The application may be any application. It may be standalone, web, enterprise, any application. I want to access one application functionality, API is required. Web API, web service can be used to access functionality of web application by using HTTP. REST. What is REST? It is an architecture which gives some rules, which provides several guidelines to develop the web APIs. RESTful API, the web API which implements REST principles is called as REST API. Last word, Django REST framework. It provides the toolkit to develop RESTful APIs for Django based applications. We again 5 API, web API, REST API, REST framework. The main objective of web APIs is interoperability, means interoperability, that is different applications can communicate with each other irrespective of language and platform. which language it is implemented, which platform it is, you don't worry. Just like previously I'm given a small diagram, this one. Application in Linux, Windows, Mac, SAP. One API is required. By using this, any application can come. That is called as interoperability. The common language format is HTTP. You have to send any message format, but common message format is JSON. Anyone can able to understand. Types of web services. How many types of web services are there? Web services. There are two types are there. One is SOAP based web services. Second one is RESTful. SOAP based and RESTful. Nowadays, everyone using the RESTful only. SOAP based services, no one can use it nowadays. What is the full form of SOAP? SOAP. Simple Object Access Protocol. Simple Object Access Protocol. Why SOAP based is not become very popular means because of the data format is XML. Here I'm telling the common message format. Some people are using XML, some are using JSON. XML also we will send, but there are so much problems are there because of XML. Heavy bandwidth is required. SOAP is an XML based protocol for accessing the web services. అంటే the message format is XML message format. XML language, do you know how it is came XML? Tax language, how HTML is there, same. Suppose I want to send some employee details. It one just example. MongoDB closed. If I want to send any data, for example, only our మాత్రం ఉందా? అయితే how it is forwarded, XML how it is forwarded means D drive REST framework. with rest, without rest. ఇదిగోండి ఈఎంపి డీటెయిల్స్ ఇన్ ఎక్స్ఎంఎల్ ఫార్మాట్ అయితే దిస్ ఈస్ ద స్టైల్. ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్, ఎంప్లాయీ, ఇదిగోండి ఎక్స్ఎంఎల్ ఫార్మాట్, ఇంత పెద్ద స్టోరీ, ఫీల్డ్ నేమ్ సేమ్ ఎస్టిఎంఎల్ ట్యాక్సే. ఫస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, ద మోడల్ నేమ్ ఈజ్ ఇదిగోండి టెస్ట్ యాప్ డాట్ ఎంప్లాయీ. డిజంగులు అదే కదా, ప్రైమరీకి 1, నేమ్, నెంబర్, టైప్, వాట్ ఇస్ ద టైప్, ఇంటీజర్ ఫీల్డ్ 101. ఇదిగోండి ఫీల్డ్ నేమ్, క్యారెక్టర్ సన్నీ, ఈ శాలరీ ఫ్లోట్ 12,000, అడ్రస్ సేమ్ డిజంగ్లో ఇదే ఫార్మాట్ కదా. దిస్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎక్స్ఎంఎల్ Django objects. So XML, you have to send the data, that is called as SOAP based services. The problem with XML is if you want to send data, high bandwidth is required. Performance will become down. If large amount of data is there, it will take so much time. But security wise, very more secured SOAP services. Same data by using that JSON. Going to the JSON format. Just like our ఇదిగోండి ఇదేంటిది లిస్ట్ అన్నాడు కదా, కానీ ఇక్కడ ఎరే ఆఫ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్, ఎరే. ఇదిగోండి ఇది ఫస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, మోడల్ నేమ్, టెస్ట్ యాప్, ఎంప్లాయీ, ప్రైమరీకి ఫీల్డ్స్, నెంబర్, నేమ్, శాలరీ, అడ్రస్. ఇదిగోండి సెకండ్ ప్రైమరీ, నెంబర్, నేమ్, శాలరీ. దిస్ ఫార్మాట్ ఆల్రెడీ విను. ఇదే డిఫరెన్స్ జేసన్కి ఎక్స్ఎంఎల్కి. ఇదే ఫార్మాట్ దే ఆర్ గివెన్ టు ద మాంగోడిబి. అందుకే మాంగోడిబి సపోర్ట్ ఈస్ టేకెన్ టు ద అప్లికేషన్స్ బికాస్ మాంగోడిబి ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ జేసన్. ఎనీ language can understand that JSON format. అందుకే nowadays popular is MongoDB database. So XML is SOAP is an XML based protocol. And to describe the SOAP based web services, we have to use a special language. What it is, WSDL. అదే మనకైతే కామన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఆర్ యూజింగ్ హెచ్టిటిపి లాంగ్వేజ్. హియర్ WSDL, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫుల్ ఫామ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్? వెబ్ సర్వీస్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ లాంగ్వేజ్, దట్ ఈస్ ద WSDL. మనం వాడే లాంగ్వేజ్ హెచ్టిటిపి లాంగ్వేజ్ రెస్ట్లో. That is the first services SOAP. SOAP based web services are more secured. ఇది ఒక మెయిన్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఈస్ దేర్ హియర్ వెన్ కంపేర్ విత్ రెస్ట్ఫుల్. ఇవి మోర్ సెక్యూర్డ్. These web services can provide support for multiple protocols. ఏవన్నీ డిఫరెంట్ ప్రోటోకాల్స్? HTTP, SMTP, FTP, అన్ని ప్రోటోకాల్స్. FTP ఫైల్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ప్రోటోకాల్, SMTP సింపుల్ మెయిల్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ప్రోటోకాల్, HTTPS బోత్ ఆర్ సేమ్ సెక్యూరిటీ అంతే. That is the first services there. Nowadays no one can use because of there are some problems are there. Everyone in the Java people are using restful services only. SOAP based ఎవరో వాడరు. SOAP based web services will always provide data only in XML. The problem with XML is parsing of this XML data is very slow, which creates performance problems. Through net, if I want transfer, high bandwidth is required. XML data over network requires more bandwidth. Very difficult. That is the first one, SOAP services. Because of heavy weight, less performance, and more bandwidth requirements. SOAP-based web services are not commonly used these days, so not required. Everyone is looking for RESTful. So REST means already we discussed representational state transfer. ఇందులో only 5 methods are there. If you know 5 methods, REST API is over. Each unique URL is a representation of some object. Whatever those methods, get, put, post, patch, delete, bus. Only these 5 methods rotated on REST API. Get means to read the record. Post means to insert. Delete is delete. Put and patch. So that is the SOAP and REST. Most of the times, RESTful web services will provide data in the form of JSON. Parsing is not difficult. This type of web services are faster when compared with soap based. Less bandwidth is required. So that is the two services, RESTful and this one. The only problem is less secured it is. It provides support only for HTTP. That is the two problems are there. Sir, tomorrow we will continue. Tomorrow I will explain remaining concept.